So I just finished taking my shower to get ready for tomorrow, and I had to shave for the first time in a long time. And when I tell you it took like 10 minutes to shave one leg, it took like 10 minutes to shave one leg. I'm not big on shaving, obviously, hence the 10 minutes. Um, yeah, so graduation day is tomorrow. I don't know how I feel about it. I have a lot of shoulds. I talked to my psychoanalysis, and she said, why do you say to yourself you should feel like this, or you should this, or you should that, rather than dealing with what is? She makes a fair point. Um, thing about like a relationship with, I feel like we're not really getting into it yet because she's so busy on the process that she's going to have to go through and that she knows takes place. And as a experienced psychoanalysis, it's like they don't technically, as like you don't light up until your patient, your client gets angry with you, which is, and anyways, I'm not gonna get into that. And then I'm sitting there just thinking about just the process. And so we don't really get into the nitty gritty, but I digress. This is about graduation day is tomorrow. I have a lot to do. That's why this is not scripted or thought out, or I don't really know what I want to say because I literally do not have time for that. I don't have any time for that at all. Um, I it's like I have to. So I was like reading the Bible, writing the Bible, as I usually do, and I got to the scripture that said, "A prudent man perceiveth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished." And I was thinking to myself in the morning, "Oh, I'm just gonna pray for this. I know that these things are are quite impossible to happen, but I was gonna see what God's gonna do." And that scripture stopped me in my tracks because it's like sometimes the success is in accepting the fail, accepting the unsuccess, in seeing the truth, in seeing the fact that it's just not going to happen. You know, um, I don't know. God can do what He wants, and if I get to work, I might be able to finish, but it doesn't look like I will at this point. And it that those type of situations beg the question, like, how? Okay, hold on. I want to talk about how I feel about graduating. There's a part of me that is not happy. for many reasons. And there's many reasons of which I know, many reasons of which I don't know. I don't know why I'm not happy. That's a big part of the problem, too. Um, I'm happy to be alive and experience this. Oh. But yeah, so I'm not having hot flashes. I'm just coming out of the shower. And I steamed the bathroom really badly. Like I even put the heater in there. So yeah, back to how I feel about graduation. Um, like actually, first let's go down memory lane. I remember being on the student body. I remember going to, now this time I got a dolls up, I got a shave, I got a this, I got a that. What flashed to my mind is going to Shoppers Drug Mart with Pretty and all of my friends from university and getting a free makeover at Shoppers Drug Mart. Ooh, that was my first little makeup do because I have to get my makeup done tomorrow and I'm not really it's not something I often do, right? I'm not a superstar. I don't get my makeup done often. Oh, and I remember, being on the student body. What else do I remember? I don't know, doing assignments, I don't know. I was going to talk about what I remember, but right now I'm pulling a total blank. Do I remember anything? Of course. So many years went into being at school and trial and error, a lot of trial and error. A lot of blank, find out, kind of thing. And it's like, it's a great thing to stumble upon a degree at the University of Toronto. Like, how many people do that, right? How many people walk into that circumstance? And I really didn't see this day coming. I think in a lot of ways, it's like I had to elevate my scope of myself because I see this for Alyssa. I see this for all of the kids. I see this for other people, but I have trouble seeing it for myself. This is something I hoped for such a long time. And Pastor Sarah Jakes said something interesting, that to just be careful in your journey, that you don't become jaded, that you don't become, I don't know, somehow like poisoned in the process of getting what you want to get, that when you get it, you don't enjoy it. And I feel like in some ways I may have put myself in that path. Because, oh gosh, my neighbors, I feel like my neighbors, I can hear them. I usually can't hear them unless their children are screaming out their head for bloody murder because, whatever, that's a different story. But, yeah, What was I saying? Oh, the journey. You want to go through the journey in such a way that you aren't jaded by the time you get it. That you aren't what should I say? What am I trying to say? I don't know. Like, what are the ways, what are the situations and circumstances of which you can get something that you want, but by the time you go through that journey, you've done it, you've gone down that path so in such an unhappy way that by the time you get the goal, it's just a culmination of unhappiness rather than a joyous time. Nobody really saw this for me, like nobody in my family thought I could do this for sure. But it's like the registrar and everybody in the school couldn't just give this to me. Like I had to be in classes with random professors from the States, from here, from there, from God knows where. And they had to decide on their marks. And I had to do all the assignments. And I had to please my professors, basically. And nobody did that for me. Well, God did that for me, honestly. Like, there's so much in it that is a but God thing, But for the grace of God. Yeah, I had to sit at the computer and do the assignments. Oh gosh. Sorry. It's a heat wave over here. But, all that work, and I'm at the finish line. And I should be happy. But I'm not, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I have no idea. Maybe I'm spoiled. This is something I brought up with my psychotherapist. Because I wanted a little bit more. I don't know. I didn't have time to prepare. Like, I've been at work, I've been really busy. So, because, I should be getting my house in order, getting my affairs in order so that I can graduate, but everything is pretty much a mess because I've just been at work. I haven't been able to really prepare myself for taking this day in. And so here I am, not maybe emotionally prepared to, yeah, that's what it is. I'm not emotionally prepared to accept this. I don't know. Right, but do you have to be emotionally prepared? Like, you just accept it. I'm trying to think of my friends when they got their degrees. what it looked like to me on the outside, how they felt. It looked like they felt really happy because it was happening within the time that they thought it would happen. So and I'm thinking to myself, like, why wouldn't they be happy? There's no, I don't know. I thought if I came in to spoke on this, like, this would go somewhere, but I am just so confused at this time that I cannot string together cohesive conclusions. And as soon as I turn this off, I'm going to figure out, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. But right at this moment, I feel like my neighbors are listening to me right now. I'm having anxiety about that. And I'm uncomfortably hot. And this is a horrible before graduation day video, but you know what? It is what it is. And in a Freudian way, it's like there are no mistakes. Everything is happening because that's the way it's supposed to happen. So I'm not going to erase this. I'm going to just keep it because this is like really my mental state at this time. It's like I'm just thinking to myself, like, what does that say about me right now? Like, I don't think I've ever had this much trouble stringing together a point or a rhyme or a reason. I'm like famous for concocting conclusions, but here I am. I don't know. A big part of it is my age, I think. A big part of it is that things didn't happen exactly the way I wanted it to. And I probably have to let go of that. Because this is the best, absolute best outcome. Like, how many people go to University of Toronto and just give up or just leave with nothing and pay mounds and mounds of student loan for nothing. That's crazy to me. I think that is why I always kept her. I'm just like, no, there's this. People were like, go do this other course, forget about this, no. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to take out a loan for umpteen freaking dollars and then just jauntily walk away, laptop into the sun. No. This money is going to go to something. Yeah, I'm not paying any of it if it doesn't go to nothing. So yeah, we better do this. And I have so many people to thank. Everybody at Victoria College and the registrar there, you know, they were such big help financially when, you know, I needed whatever, waive or break or time, whatever it was. Well, a grant or a loan, a grant, because they did grants. I went through being yelled at by teachers. You know, people don't understand that you go to school and you have to deal with people. And these professors are freaking crazy. Like, they're out of their damn minds. Probably doing a lot of unchristian things. And so you get yelled at a lot. a lot. People could say, oh, that's just your experience. No, because in Convocation Hall, a whole group of people got kicked out, got yelled at for no reason. It was a whole big debacle. This is when I just started. It was my first year. And it's just because the professor was tripping out. Like, we literally see things, they hallucinate or something. And then it's people, it's crazy town. Like, you get yelled at so much. It's so stupid. And then what else? It's drama, and then you go into a calculus course, and you are sure that this tutor is going to get you through this calculus course. Come to find out, this tutor is not interested in teaching you anything, and they actually were like, I didn't think you would really actually go to the course. And they're not interested in teaching you, so you gotta try to figure out how to learn yourself. And I got books and books and books of calculus. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. This life is just so miraculous. So, like, God is just such a sense of humor. And then statistics. Oh my gosh, that like killed me. First calculus killed me, and then probability. It was probabilities. It was to account for my statistics. That really sent me into a tailspin. And so, the fact that I'm here and literally tomorrow is the day I graduate, I have to praise the Lord. And it's like, I think I did come to my degree at the right time. I came to my degree at the time where it's like, if I lose everything and still have Jesus, that's the point. That's what makes me happy. This degree is not going to make me happy. It's obviously not making me happy. And having Jesus is like the most valuable thing. Oh, I want to bring up that. I remember. Okay. Starting to come to me now. Okay. So I remember when I first started and I was taking Old English. Okay. So I'm taking Old English and I'm at the back of Pastor Santa's church. And I'm at the back and I'm doing my Old English translations. And like, I'm telling you that I was just so blessed. I was so blessed because I'm in church and I'm doing my work and I'm making time for the Lord at the same time, and I'm in the Spirit and I've got my translations there. And it was just like, it was just blessed. Okay. It was just blessed. And like, that experience was amazing because it just helped me not to compartmentalize my schoolwork and God, and to kind of like put them together in a way that I can't explicate. So, especially with Old English, like Old English is all about God. Oh my goodness, it's so like, studying Old English is enough to bring the most ardent atheists to the feet of God. Like, it's just so pointed that way, because Old English like is what we have. Okay, so there was no writing until Christianity, basically. No writing. Pretty none. There was no writing, no English writing at all until Christianity. And then people began to document things in Latin, right? Oh gosh. Whew. Sorry. Whew. Ah. So you have Latin. So you had the Latin. Before that was the Proto Germanic. Proto Latinate, and there wasn't any writing in that, and we have to make it up. But the only salvage text that we actually have in writing is the Bible, our religious text, our what the scribes wrote religiously, right? So, like, what about that does not point to Jesus, right? So, yeah. Anyways, I was studying there, and all that to say. So the other day, I'm doing my work, I'm doing my homework, and I brought it to church, and I'm sitting down, and it was like in between services, and I'm doing some of my work, and this guy comes up to me, and he's like, this young guy, like this guy, youth guy, almost like pastor guy, and he's like basically balls me out for bringing my work to church. And I'm like, it's actually the best place to do your work because you get the blessing of the Lord. Like, I don't know, when you're focused on God, how do you not see the light? How does all wisdom not just open up to you, Like, and I tried to explain to him and I articulated it much better because I'm not really articulating very well today at this moment, and he was just like, okay, yeah, so, anytime I have homework, I'm just gonna bring it to church, and like in a sarcastic way, like he's trying to like belittle and diminish the perspective which I was bringing to him. And I'm not saying, like, I'm not dogmatic, so I'm not like, oh, everybody needs to do this or everybody needs to do that. This is the thing about that separates humans from God is humans are very dogmatic. Everything has to be a doctrine. Everything has to be the way that everything has to be done a million times over. But God doesn't work like that. God doesn't work like that. What might be for Abraham is not going to be for Moses. What's for Moses is not for David. What's for David is not for Solomon. And on it goes. What's for Solomon is not for Jesus. Solomon didn't have to sacrifice himself on the cross. God was not calling him to that. It's different. People want to turn everything into a dogma. And it's like, get your own sandwich. Have your own relationship with God. All I'm trying to say is my education was blessed. From the time that I made an effort to have my butt in church, regardless, bringing my work to church and melding the two and coming to a biblical understanding of all my work. I can't even describe to you the revelation. I can't. I wish I could, but I can't. And shame on this young little pup who doesn't got no kids, doesn't got nothing, never really had to go through to be bawling me out for bringing my homework to church like it's some sort of sin, the type of thing. I digress. Whew, my heart. Okay, if this is what hot flashes feel like, my theme song is gonna be Will you still love me when I'm no longer young and beautiful? Will you still love me when I've got nothing but my aching soul? I know you will. I know you will. I know you will. Will you still love me when I'm no longer beautiful? Will you still love me? So, yes, I am not the young pup that I used to be. And honestly, I never really experienced ageism. I never, I always wanted to be 45. But when I look at myself at this age, maybe, I don't know what it is. I am not excited. I'm not excited. Yeah, I'm not excited. I have to just, I don't know. Yeah, just like, I just pray for me to have the ointment of joy because I need some gladness. I need some gladness going on here. Whew, my word. This is very uncomfortable. Um, Let me find something that's comfortable and come back and maybe um, it'll be better. 1 second. Oh, ooh. Rah!
You feeling like a child artwork?
I have way too much. I don't know what to do. It's all over.
Mom, these kids aren't artists. Like, crap. Throw it away.
Shh. Don't say that.
1984, man.
Oh, give it to me. Oh. Do I have friends to hang out with? Is there somebody for me to hang out with? Okay, then.
So this whole like I can't make this thing is just
I never said that. Did I say I can't? Did you ever hear me say that word? That is actually a bad word.
like I would have to compensate for you. Like this is not like the easiest thing to do in human civilization. Human history is well, it's just ridiculous. There are more than enough gullible people on the planet who want to spend their time
With me.
talking about their feelings with you. I don't happen to be one of them.
Well, then you can't prove it, okay?
An exception proves the rule, not the other way around. I'm the exception to the rule. I should know that.
What time are you coming home from work tomorrow?
like I'm not gonna talk to you.
Okay, all right, fine. But okay, well,
Then we like put on blast. There's a reason I don't have social media.
cause yeah, I'm gonna be. The next day is.
Multi-best.
Sorry.
And I was going on a tangent about social media being terrible. You said you were going to be what?
I'm going to be out of service because I have to get ready for the
What
kids.
service? What service were you providing before?
No, like I'm not gonna be talking or anything like that.
Oh no.
I know your whole day is ruined.
Oh no. Oh no.
I know you're beside yourself. You're beside yourself with sadness, right? I'm just letting you know beforehand. You're well prepared. Oh my goodness. Okay, is this like the heat wave El Nino or whatever? Oh man. Okay, so maybe it's just too hot for me to think. Maybe that's the problem. Yeah. I have to still paint my nails. What do I gotta do? Oh, I should probably tie my hair down so it's a little straighter for the hairdresser tomorrow. And a lot of other things. I'm not going to give you my to-do list because it's personal. Stuff on my legs. Okay. Oh my goodness. So nice and chic. Ooh. From a gorilla to this. Wow. It's like a baby's bottom. Oh, okay. Not a bad job. Not bad at all. And then my armpits too. I don't usually do my armpits. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I didn't mean to show you my armpits. But I am just not. Should I put on my outfit and show you my outfit? Like, no, we can see it tomorrow. Oh, do you want me to braid your hair? Or Jerry curl it? I can Jerry curl it. Or you could come to the hairdresser with me and she can Jerry curl it. Jerry curls. Oh, goodness. I have to email a lot of people, so I'm going to have to go anyways. But sometimes, this is going to seem like left field, but sometimes you get something and it seems like you're being pranked by God. Because it's like the one thing that you told God that you don't want. Whatever you do, God, please. I just pray that I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. And then it's the thing that you get. But it's not God pranking you. It's God growing you. showing you that you don't need to be afraid of that. He can bring you through all things. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And if you go through everything and you lose everything and you have Jesus, you have enough. Christ is enough for me. And I've had I have had close acquaintances have this situation in their life where they're just like, what gives God kind of thing. And they don't go through it gracefully. And they begin to go other ways besides God. Seek out, that common, like crystals and what else is it, that sound thing and this and that and blah, 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 blah. It goes on and on forever. And it's an endless stream of to wah wah wee, other wah wah wee things, And then these people always need to smoke weed. I'll put it that way. They always need to smoke weed. I bet you didn't see that coming. These people always need to escape. They always need to escape. Forget about all their troubles. Let off the anxiety. And smoke their weed. And, if your little wah wah wee thing and your crystals and your this and your that are doing you any good, why is your life still so horrible that you need to escape from your life? Why isn't it like, why don't you simplify and just go to God? Because and do his remedies, do the things that God says to do. Because now you're just adding an addiction. Now you need the substance to escape from the life that the crystals and the wah wah wee is supposed to be making good, but somehow it's not good enough. So you need weed, you need this, you need that, you need to get away from your life and to escape, right? Get out of your mind, escape, What's really working is the wah wah wee is really working. Wah wah wee could be education, it could be lots of things. The wah wah wee is not God. Okay? This could be doing a lot of Martha. You can't preach too much Martha to me because I am Martha. Okay? But Earl, I'm gonna sleep with you tonight. Want to sleep with mommy? Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. It's a little hot, so it's different now. But yeah. So I am just so blessed to have you, Earl. That tonight we're gonna spend some time. Okay? I'm glad you could be here to see my graduation. And I love you and I thank you for chewing up all my cords when I started school. You chewed up my internet cords. You chewed up my computer cords. So I couldn't charge the computer. Remember that? Good memories, eh? I learned fast. I had to. I wouldn't have anything that I wanted. But he also learned too. He learned to stop doing that. He wasn't such a chewer because I think he got shocked a couple times. It was really scary for him. And he's like, okay, cords, probably not the best thing to chew. Right? You live and you learn, right? So, what did I learn in school? Well, perseverance, grit, all those things. You know, the registrar, she cried. She cried yesterday when I saw her because she knows it's a long journey. You don't get there by doing nothing. And the faculty and that environment in itself is quite a doozy. It is nothing to be messed with. The University of Toronto is nothing to be messed with. It has a reputation of being toxic, and I think they like that. There are many beautiful things I actually would love to. A part of my unhappiness is the fact that I love the University of Toronto. I would love to be a faculty member. I'd love for them to sew me into the fabric of the university and all of its toxicity, and its uncomely corpse. I will miss my professors, the registrar. The environment is just, if you love it, you love it. If you don't, you don't. I do like it. I do prefer it. So I don't know. Tomorrow's graduation day, and I'm tired, and I'm not finished a lot of my own personal goals. And that's the thing too. The University of Toronto is not personal. They don't care about your personal goals. They don't care if you want to have finished writing your book before you graduate. And that's your goal. That's kind of my problem, you know? That's kind of my problem. But I did the work. It's time to get a degree. That's what it is. And they're not asking me. I didn't get to make the courses. I didn't get to make the curriculum and the standards, and it's a totally impersonal thing. And the other day with my psychotherapist, she said, maybe you're upset because you've been done wrong by them. They didn't guide you enough. They didn't hold your hand enough. So no, I would never, ever, ever want to see it that way because that takes away my locus of control. I should have done X, Y, Z. That's all. That's what I see. That's what I choose to see. I should have done X, Y, Z. I didn't do X, Y, Z. Next time, that means the next time I can do X, Y, Z. That puts the locus of control in my lap. If I say, they're so bad. Look at what they did to me. What situation was that for me? Not a very good situation. Doesn't give me any power at all. It gives me the power to cry about it. Because I can't control anybody else but myself. Out of my control. I see something happen one time. It's probable that it will happen again in an institution, a bureaucracy, like most institutions are. So the next time I encounter such an institution, I can do the necessary required learning that I have learned through the University of Toronto. Thank you for those hard lessons. All that red tape. But I'm passing through the red tape. Passing through the red tape. And it doesn't look like I want it to look like. I'm not on my way to being married and blah, blah, blah. I think I have a few goal videos I need to look at because it's like, where did I expect myself to be in my life process? I'm pretty sure I was either married or about to be married. I don't know. I have to look at pictures. And I am like so lonely right now. I'm not lonely as in like I want somebody because I'm actually quite turned off by people through this journey of school. I've had so many people, friends, use me for money, and so many other things. That's just so not friendly, not okay. And like this is where I have agency. Like now it's like no, it's not true that I don't need anybody, but I can use this as a catalyst to be like, I don't need to deal with the crap anymore. And I'm just not, you know? And so, do I want to deal with a man's crap? I feign to deal with a woman's crap. Am I going to deal with a man's crap? To the no, no, to the no, no, no. Like, I'm not excited about if I was to get into a relationship right now. But my vision, how this should look is that there is somebody in my life that I am about to marry. I think that was the script. And I think that's what's causing me discomfort is that I need to realize that I can't script my life. I can't. And the more that I try to say, this is gonna happen, I'm just laughing at myself that I did that throughout my entire education. This, and then this. This is what I was thinking. Like, I'm gonna get into calculus. This person is gonna teach me, and everything's gonna be perfect. It could not have gone any more opposite. You know, this person was just like, I'm not gonna teach you nothing. I'm gonna teach you tiddly squat. Because I didn't think, I was just gassing your head up, and I didn't think that you would actually believe me and go into calculus. And then multiply that situation by 1,000 times that I've done it in my life. Just create these scripts and these storylines that don't pan out whatsoever. Not in the slightest. And some character in my little script is not doing what they're supposed to do. That was in the script. It's like, read the script. It's right here. You're supposed to be doing this right now. And they do not do it. They are like on some some completely other script. And I'm just like, where did we go left? Why are we going left? This is my script. Didn't you read my script? And then as I've gotten older, I am not even following my own script. I'm just like, okay, Michelle enters the room now, this time, and she does this and this and that. And I'm just like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to bed. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Or, you know, I don't follow the script. And you know what? It's good to follow script. You know, I'm just thinking of my poor uncle probably tearing out his hair if he sees this video because it's like, what the hell is my niece doing right now? What is she doing? I am just trying to I'm looking for a word for taken. I am trying to cultivate what I'm about to experience and what is about to happen. I'm trying to reflect on it without being so scripted and directed and pointed and academic and perfect. This is not a perfect video. This has got to be the most unperfect video I've ever done in my life. Hopefully, that I will ever do in my life. Because this is just, honestly, if I was watching this, I'd just be like, this is freaking crazy town. And I do not know what is happening to that person. And I do not know why whatever is happening to them is happening to them, but they need to seek help. But I'm just trying to have an honest moment right now, and I'm trying to take it in or trying to absorb the experience of getting my degree tomorrow. And the fact that it doesn't look at all like what I expected it to look like. It does not fit my script. It doesn't fit my script. It's not fitting my script. No, definitely not. My script is that I'm finish this, that. I'm not gonna say it because it's personal. And why will I drag you down if I let you know all the things that I'm not finished right now, that I'm in the middle of? You'll feel very sorry for me. Or maybe you won't care and it's not even important and I'm making a mountain out of something very small. But, I need to try to think these things through. And this is not what I plan on doing on here, do my regular talk about God, do a little sermon, sing a little song, come off. It's very run of the mill for me. And I like my run of the mill. I like it. I like my little song and I like my little sermonette or my little Bible reading and my prayer and I go on my way. That's what I like. But this is very different. And whatever, you know, sometimes things are going to be different. So, um, it's 9:55 and the chances of me getting proper sleep are diminishing as I stay out here. So, um, yeah, woohoo! Night before graduation. Oh, maybe I need to just pray for myself. Yeah, it was a long journey. I didn't think I was going to get through. God knows the beginning from the end. God is so gracious and so good. God is so gracious. God is so gracious. I wish I had read that grad school book. I did. I did read it though. So many things I didn't know. Anyways, I can't go back. I can only go forward. So, yeah, tomorrow. I'll do tomorrow. Oh, I should probably sing some. Maybe that will help. But I'm so tired. I don't feel like singing no song. Maybe I'll sing one of the songs that I wrote. What about that? I don't have them on this computer. Yeah, well, am I gonna turn into some big star if I give away my songs? Or here is some, gonna take it and like become a millionaire? I'd probably be flattered because at this point, you know, I have one that goes, Jesus, you take me away. Jesus, you give me all your love to follow. In your life I'll stay. To search for tomorrow. Jesus, you take me away. Jesus, you give me all to follow. I can't remember the rest of this whole song. But Jesus is taking me from glory to glory, from glory to glory, from glory to glory. And that's the thing. I don't really get a lot of satisfaction from singing other people's songs. I have to be honest. And just, I guess it's nice to sing songs together, but they sound like so generic a lot of the time. And if you're creative and you're like Caribbean, you are very creative. And these type of songs that they sing where it just sounds like a robot made them really do not help you to worship at all. But yeah, I'm trying to think um, trying to think of a song. Let me just get my phone and sing it and come on. Connected to Michelle's Mac Airbook. Okay, great. So, why are you telling me? Disconnect? Yeah, why is it connected? I don't know.